Well, welcome back. Still significantly trying to get over the death of Guinness. Some days better than others. Some days pretty horrific. But trying to get out a little bit more with the camera. Even though I don't feel like it half the time, I do know in some way that it's kind of helping. So, just out literally back in Portrush again, about 25 steps from my front door, and I've just brought the little Fujifilm X100T with me, and you may notice I've got a ND filter on it. It's actually a 10 stop. So I'm really just planning on doing a little bit of ICM, intentional camera movement, no tripod. It's kind of brightish sunny day, which is why I've gone for a 10 stop. If it had been a bit more overcast, I probably could have got away with a 4 stop, but no plan again, just trying to really just trying to take my mind off things for a while and see where we go. So we'll go for a bit of a dander up the promenade and see what we can see. You know, grief is a strange thing. I'm not afraid to admit that, you know, I don't think I've ever experienced grief like this before, and you know, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people out there saying, you know, she was just a cat. To us, you know, without having a family, she was our baby. And now that she's gone, we're only really starting to realise the depth to which she touched our lives. You know, it's especially the last 6 years where she was reliant on us for her daily medications and stuff. But yeah, it's tough. And as I say, I've never felt grief like this before. I've lost grandparents and friends and things like that, but it's tough. So just trying as much as possible to take it day by day. It's been 3 weeks now since we lost her, and it's tough. And of course, on top of that, we're now in the midst of the coronavirus, which I personally have been taking very seriously for a couple of weeks now. We are the day after the announcement from the government that we were entering the delay phase. It's Friday the 13th. Personally speaking, I think we're being a little bit behind the curve, but I'm no scientist, but I'm obviously taking as many precautions as I can. Now, what that has meant is that we were hoping to be travelling, even just to be able to sort of get out off the flat, which obviously has its connection and memories of Guinness. But we've decided to hang put. So that's obviously not helping either. So just trying to make the best of what we can. So just out local. Now, as I said earlier, I'm using a 10-stop ND filter from Formatt Hitech, for those wondering. And that's allowing me to control the shutter speed to the sort of levels I wanted on a day like today, where it is quite bright. Now, if I was only using a 4-stop, even if I was to, have my aperture at, f16 or something, I probably may not get the needed shutter speed, and that's around about 2.5-3 seconds. Any longer than that, and I think I'm losing a lot of any definition that there would be. Now, we have got a bunch of clouds about as well, so sometimes it does dull down. And so what I then do to control my shutter speed is obviously close or open up my aperture. So I'm finding f11 when the sun is out, f8, f5.6 when it's quite shady. Keeping a fixed ISO at this stage, and hoping to just get about 2 to 2.5 seconds off the shutter speed. So, and then it's a case of just wiggling the camera like you just don't care. And one of the things with ICM photography, as I'm sure you have experienced yourself, and those much more experienced at ICM than myself, folks like Andy Gray, there's a lot of miss and very few hits in there. It helps when you have a little bit of a vision of what you're going for in post-processing. I probably will take some of these images quite a bit away from sort of reality, so that kind of helps as well. Unfortunately, the X100 only have two, you can only put two images on top of each other, double exposure. I think the new Fuji cameras you can do 9, which can help. So I may sort of be doing some double exposure in post photography or post processing as well. So it really is just a case of having a bit of a vision of what you're looking to go for. So let's have a little bit of a play. Not much doing, but I'm not really surprised, because this has kind of been the order of the day for me over the last several weeks. Kind of just going out a little short bursts. I say really using it more from a therapy point of view than anything else. But one of the really nice things about the sort of filter system is the fact that you can just, hang on, whoop, kind of remove it pretty quickly, as you can with a lot of filter systems. But it does mean that if something sort of struck my eye that wasn't ICM related, it was pretty quick to get the filter off. So anyway, so I'm going to dander back to the house and grab some lunch, and maybe pick this up later on this afternoon or another day.